So, when you were talking about the Ukraine war, a lot of people are saying we should be arming them to the teeth. We should be sanctioning them. I view sanctions as an act of war. I view, if people were arming, Mexico to go take a war to Texas or something, I could see that would be kind of an act of war as well. What's your stance on this? I'm assuming you're probably not for a no-fly zone, but that would be a real hot war. Yeah.
Correct. I'm actually glad that you mentioned the sanction thing, because a lot of people don't realize, well, if you look at history, that part of the reason why Japan had attacked us is because we had massive sanctions on them, right? You're correct. The no-fly zone is actually I realized how many people in Congress probably didn't understand what that meant. Even Republicans that were advocating for that. What a no-fly zone actually means is that if we choose to enforce that over Ukraine's airspace, and, for example, a Russian aircraft enters that airspace, that we would then kinetically take that aircraft down, and that could turn into a hot war very quickly. So I actually was one of the only candidates, even on the Democrat side. I don't think that they actually put out a statement, but I wanted the wonderful people of Pinellas County to know exactly where I stood on this issue. And I do not support a war with Russia. I think that the Biden administration and even Congress voted to send equipment over to Ukraine. But what people don't understand is that, Russia is buddy-buddy currently with China. And while we were buying up their oil, which was up to, according to Al Jazeera, over 500,000 barrels per day, Russia was really just skirting around the sanctions by going to China. And as you know, that's a majority of where our manufacturing is going and where we are buying from. And so I think that the best way out of this is as much as Ukraine is a wonderful place, that they need to be responsible and handle their own. Might I remind people that Ukraine actually actively chose to not join NATO. And so now they're asking us to basically involve ourselves in a war that they really just didn't even want to engage with in the first place. And so I don't think that we should be sending troops over there. And I think that when people start to talk about that you really need to ask yourself, one, have they experienced war? And then also, two, if they're receiving money from people that are pro-war. Because at the end of the day in politics, I do believe that the only people that will ever advocate for war are ones that are being paid or ones that have never experienced it.